Hi everyone, I'm Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Tonight I'm coming to you live on Craft Around the Clock and my page. I'm going to get us pulled up over here. I am by myself tonight. Mom is not doing comments for me, but we will get as many of them as we can. Okay. All right, so when you get here, say hello. Let me know where you're from. Let me know how your weather is. Our weather is terrible. It is a whopping, I think, 10 degrees right now with a wind chill of -2, and that is warm. It started out this morning at -1 with a wind chill of like 20 below, so it's so much warmer. Hey, Cheryl. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Cheryl. Both my Cheryls are in the house. All right, so this is another brand new kit, and it's going to match our other ones because I'm kind of getting into this whole matchy-matchy thing. So, you know, I did the garland that's hanging behind me that you can barely see, but this guy, and it had the scalloped hearts, and it had these letters that are like this with the little hearts in the middle. It had the scalloped, then we made the stand the last time, and now this is going to be a leaner. Okay, so it comes with the backer board, which is plywood, and then the pieces that are MDF. So what we're going to do, and I'm sticking with, thanks Tracy, I'm sticking with my black and white for Valentine's Day. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint this white first, because we are going to Mod Podge on our buffalo plaid napkin. So we need to get this painted first, so we can get this dry. Oh, a clump of dried paint. So we're just going to do a rough coat on this. This doesn't need to be perfect because it's mostly going to be covered by, well, it's all going to be covered by the napkin, but I want that napkin to pop. And a lot of times when you are using a napkin, especially if it has any white or light coloring in it, those get real muddy unless you've got a, you know, a crisp, clean background for it. So I'm going to use the white paint to give it a good background. Not too worried about perfect coverage here. We just want to get it mostly covered with the white. Mom's not on tonight, Cheryl. Mom had a better offer. She's playing cards tonight. And Bob's busy, so we're all by myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take the time to draw names as we go. But what I'm going to do is afterwards, I will go through and I'll just randomly pull some names. I'll just scroll through comments. So make sure you're commenting because I will pull names for Happy Mail. And then I'll post those on this video so you guys know, if you were drawn or not for an entry. And I did ship out all of the Happy Mail from last time. So all 3 of those were sent out. All right, so I think we need just a smidge more paint. So let me tell you, this cold weather is really doing havoc on like our laser. I had to put a heater in it, warm it up because it wouldn't focus. You have to do a thing called focusing it, and it would not do it. It was too cold because it's out in my garage. And my garage is somewhat heated. It's not. Okay. So as you can see, there's streaks and whatnot, but that's fine. We're just going to set this guy aside and let him dry. Work on that. Then we're going to move on. So what I'm going to do is this is going to be painted white. The backer board for the love is going to be black. And then the words are going to be white. Okay. Oh, you've been working on a coffee bar. Cool. You are saying that, Cheryl, that it's been so cold in South Louisiana, which is just crazy. We do not have hardly any snow. We were supposed to get a big storm Friday. It snowed really, really hard for, I'm not sure, maybe, I think it was about 4 or 5 hours. It snowed super hard, came down super fast. We probably got 3 or 4 inches in that quick little spurt. But then it warmed up and it turned over to rain and it's all gone. So I don't mind that one bit. I was glad because Friday was Bob's birthday and we were trying to go out to eat for his birthday dinner. And that was going to prove to be very difficult. Now, my drive home was horrendous. That drive home was scary. The expressway was a mess. Do I have a paper towel up here? I do. Let's put a paper towel under this. Rainy and nasty in Florida. No fun. All right, now I don't have to be quite as careful. So whenever I'm doing things with like a bunch of cutouts or, you know, holes in them like this has, I much prefer to use a sponge because you don't get as much excess running through it. Okay. Now I'm not even going to paint the whole thing. We're only going to go in an inch or so, maybe 2, because this is going to cover up a lot of it. Okay. So we're probably going to have to do 2 coats. Yeah, Miss Tracy's in West Palm Beach, so she's enjoying life right now. She says it's not too bad there. She's a lucky girl. So we had our granddaughter. We took her to Sky Zone. There's a trampoline park. I think they're kind of everywhere. But we took her and my great nephew to Sky Zone on Saturday as part of their birthday gifts, which were back in October, but by the time we could get everybody together and on the same page for the date, it ended up being now. So we took them, and oh my gosh, those kids had so much fun. But you know what? 2 hours of jumping on a trampoline and doing obstacle courses and all of that. Cheater, what am I cheating on, Cheryl? They were pooped. They couldn't really jump much more. They both kind of gave up and were just kind of sitting down at one point. I was like, oh my gosh, these 6-year-olds are out of energy. What's going on? I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, so we're going to dry this and we're going to do another coat. Oh, North Dakota, what's your temperature? I'm sure it's freezing. Welcome, welcome. Well, it's nice, Cheryl, that they're coming. It's not nice why they're coming. I'm sorry. You like the texture it makes? It does do kind of a cool thing, but it's going to need another coat. It's not real well, not covered real well. And I do want this covered well. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not painting the whole thing. There's no need. Okay. And we're going to go back around and do it again. And then we're even going to sand this down a little because you guys know I like my distressed. I like my buffalo plaid. I like the vintagey distressed look. So we will be sanding this back some. And the kit is linked. There's a link at the top with this kit. And like all of our other kits, this one, it definitely has the sticky back on all the pieces, so there's no gluing necessary. Oh, the people, the traffic, just everything. Yeah, I bet. It's -3, but 20 near North Dakota. I bet. So you're about the same as us. Well, we're warmer right now, but this morning we were -1 with a wind chill of -20. We had a lot of wind. The biggest problem actually that we had was wind. It was very, very windy. We had 15 55 or 60 mile an hour gusts, and sustained it was like 25, 30 miles an hour sustained wind. So, you know, you add that to the what little snow we had, and it got really nasty really quick. Snow and wind are not a good combination. You have the blowing and drifting, and it gets really dicey. Okay, I think this is good. 8 degrees feels like -5 in southern Illinois. Welcome, Moshe. Glad you're here. I said one now, but it's Monday and it's going to be a problem. Okay. I'm just going to have this painted. Oh, the wind here was just atrocious. It was awful. We knocked out our internet. We didn't have internet on Saturday Saturday night through yesterday at about 5. I think it finally came back up, which is a problem because our thermostat is a Nest thermostat. And it works without the internet, but we can't really control it. So it was, whatever it was set on is kind of what it was doing. And it's not bad, but the problem we had was we have one of the sensors out in the garage because we're trying to prevent the laser from freezing again like it did last year when our furnace went out. So we're keeping a close eye on the temperature in the garage because the new furnace is much more efficient than our old one was. And the old one used to pretty much heat the garage, and because it was in the garage. Well, this one is much more efficient, and it does not do that. And so we've been keeping a very close eye on it. Hey, Melissa! And we've been doing that through our Nest because we have one of the sensors out there on the laser so we can keep track of the temperature. And we couldn't do that for 24 hours when it was, you know, -1 degree outside. So that was a little nerve-wracking. But we managed to keep it from freezing, and all is well. For now, we're surviving this cold weather. It's not been very pleasant, though. And of course, you know, your tires, when it suddenly changes temperature like that, your tires lose air. So I have to deal with that. Both of my tire light came on saying they're low tire pressure. So now I gotta go take care of that tomorrow in this freezing cold. So, you know, it's just one thing after another. It's lovely living in the cold. And usually if it drops, you know, gradually, you don't have that much of a problem with it. But because it did it so quickly, we're going to get this dry a little bit. Because it did it so quickly, it did it. Oh, I agree, Elizabeth. It is the best thing ever. Hello, Vicki. Welcome. So glad you're here. Trying to get this a little dry so we can start working on our Mod Podge because we're going to have to piece that napkin. It's not quite big enough. So we're going to piece it. Does it really? That happens in Florida too with the tires? Is it for the cold or for the heat? Which is it? Or both? Yeah, I mean, last week we were, I want to say it was like 35, 40 most days. It's not been super cold here. We've had a couple of cold days, but nothing like this. And then the bottom just dropped out. We got real cold real quick. Oh, both. Okay. Oh, I love using that tape technique, Elizabeth. It's so much easier than holding down all those little itty bitty pieces and getting a ton of paint all over your hands. This is almost dry. We are in Northwest Ohio. I'm just south of Toledo in a tiny little village. The name of my little village is Lelecki, Ohio. We're just south of Toledo. That's kind of a reference point that most people know if you're familiar with Ohio. So, all right. So now we're going to paint this guy black. That's why we finished letting that dry over there so we can Mod Podge. Oh, you're welcome. And then once we get everything dry, we can distress it. Now with the black, it doesn't matter as much, but I like to go towards the edges. Don't ever drag your brush back this way if you want clean edges. If you go towards the edge, you can keep some of the excess paint from going on the edge. Because if you do it this way, you're going to drag all that excess paint from your brush onto the edge of your piece. With the black, it doesn't really matter so much. It doesn't show because of the laser edge is dark brown to a black, so it doesn't really show, but just a tip for you if you wanted to do this in another color. I really liked the sign we did in the black and white the other night, so that's why I decided to do this one the same way. Kind of stick with the aesthetic. Okay. So now if you noticed, this was shiplapped as well. It has the little grooves cut in it. So we are going to take our little picker here from Dollar Tree and we're going to just place it down in those grooves and kind of pull out some of that paint so you can see the grooves again. Painting it black, you don't see them too well unless you're really up close, but there you go, Susan. Yeah, I like this area because normally we have pretty moderate weather. Our winters aren't usually terrible. We'll have a few days or weeks of super cold, but it's not like it's in the Dakotas or, you know, those areas where they get cold for months on end. You know, we don't get that here. And our summers aren't terrible. We usually only have a few weeks of, you know, really hot, humid weather. And then the rest of the time it's usually mid-80s is our average. So I do like our weather typically. It's just right now it's not so pleasant. Thank you so much for sprinkling, guys. I appreciate that so much. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to distress this. We've got everything painted. So I'm just going to take my little sanding sponge and we're just going to kind of rough it up. And I'm going to go over the edges pretty well because I really want those to show. I am kind of going with the grain so that it matches our shiplap, but you can see, okay, so you can see I kind of dinged them up a little bit. Now we're going to do the same thing on our heart. We're going to go around our edges here. If you're new to me, you'll soon find out. I like everything distressed. A little vintagey. I'm just going to go in and here and there, kind of give it a good sanding. I think that looks good. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that on the white. It's kind of harder to see, but we got it. All right, so then we're going to put this on here like so. Okay. And these have our sticky back. Welcome, Vicki. So glad you're here. Yes, I do. I love my buffalo plaid. I love distressing things. All right, so now this is super, super sticky. I peeled this off. So once you place it down, it's down. So you want to really be sure you got it where you want it. Because once it's down, it's not coming back up. Okay, as you can see, we've got it secure. All right, I'm going to get rid of this, and we are going to clean up our mess here a little bit. I have a lot of dust on my table. All right, now we're going to do the same thing to our little letters. It's going to be a little trickier, so we're not going to probably get them as good, but I'm going to give it a go. Yes, these kits are all have the sticky back. All of my kits have the sticky back. If it can have sticky back, it has sticky back. Let's put it that way. There's a couple that I haven't been able to because of how you put it together, but 99% of them have the sticky back. So it's basically like you said, a wood sticker. No glue, no ooze, because that drives me crazy. When you glue something down, whether it be with E6000 or hot glue or whatever, you always have that glue that oozes out, and I do not like that one bit. Okay, so now we are going to place these down. Now, I really like how these look on here because they're so bright and they just pop on that black. So I always tell everybody when you're putting these kits together, make sure you put your stuff out, get your spacing the way you want it before you peel any of the sticky off. Because once it's stuck, it's stuck. The only way you're going to get it off is if you pry it off and you're going to break both pieces. So we're going to just line this up. Yes, Penny, Cheryl, and Tracy are all on here, and they're part of my subscription group because I have a subscription group that I send you out everything you need to make a craft. Paint, paint brushes, the pieces, everything, ribbon, beads if we need beads, everything you need. And those three ladies are in my group, and so they are very aware of how the sticky back works. Okay. I mean, come on, guys. Look how stinking cute this is. I love this. Get the dust off of it. All right. So now we need to Mod Podge on our napkin. I love our group too. I have so much fun. So we're going to set that over there and we're going to work on our napkin. Okay. So next we're going to take our napkin and we're going to peel off the layers. If I can get the tape. I find the easiest way to separate a napkin is to use tape. I know a lot of people use Mod Podge on their finger and it just separates for them. It never works for me. So I do it this way. And it's so much easier for me. It is a fun group. And I always try to pull at least a couple of you on live with me. So I get to know y'all during this subscription group. And it's just fun. Because, you know, you guys all get to know me because you see me on, you know, all these lives, but I don't get to see you. So it's fun for me to be able to see you. Okay, so it's wide enough. It's just not tall enough. So we're going to just have to piece a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and Mod Podge this. Love going live. Cheryl loves to go live with me. Yes, it's fun. I love it too. It's a lot of fun for me. Because like I said, you guys get to see me all the time. I don't get to see you. So it's a lot of fun for me to get to know you guys. And they're almost always exclusive kits that you can only get in the group. Now this month is the only exception I've made so far for that. The gnome that I sent out for the subscription group is on the website as a kit. You don't get all the paint and the paintbrushes and all the things, but you get all the wood pieces for it. If you want all the things, you got to join the group. All right, so we're just making sure Mod Podge is spread out. Yes, it is on my page. Oh, goodness. So let's get this laid down straight. Straight as I can. I'm going to go right up the middle. Oh, got a big old wrinkle right there. See if we can peel it back gently. So, because I like things to look vintagey and I don't care about these wrinkles that I get. That one was enormous. That's why I kind of peeled it back. But I don't mind. I get some of these little wrinkles in here and I really don't mind them. I'm just going to kind of smooth it out. Make sure we got good adhesion. Like up there at the top we do not, but that's okay. We're going to go around it with some more Mod Podge. Like right here we need some more. Yeah, I'll say a little prayer for my mom and me, really, I guess. Today is the 3rd anniversary of my dad's passing, so it's been a little bit of a rough day for both of us. Trying to just focus on other things and not that, but yeah, this day is always rough. Okay, so I've got that on. Now before I go back and seal this, we're going to put the other part. Now I have a part of a napkin here that I used for something else, so we're just going to match it up. Yep, that'll work. And we're going to just put it right on over there. When I get this done, you're not even going to be able to tell that I pieced this together. That's the beauty of Mod Podging napkins on decoupaging, because they just kind of melt right into it. Yes, it does, Cheryl. You know me, I love my napkins, or my buffalo plaid. It is tough. Thank you. I was a daddy's girl, so it's especially tough, but we're doing the best we can. All right, I think we have this pretty well lined up. You're not even going to be able to tell. There we go. You can't even tell where I pieced it together up there at the top. All right. We're going to dry this real quick. It's so hard, isn't it, Linda? You think you're doing fine, and then something just will pop up and kind of take you by surprise. At least that's what's happened to me. You know, I think I'm doing good with it all, and then I'm not. And you're like, you know, it's been 2 years. I should be over this by now. But are you ever really over it? I don't know. It's been 3 years, actually. 3 years ago today. You have millions that were given to you. Okay, we're going to take this piece off. There we go. And then it's a little wide. So we're going to go around here and get this off. And we're going to Mod Podge over the napkin, dry it, and then we'll put our heart back over the napkin. Okay. I think we got that. Two years for you too. You too, Cheryl. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and seal this. So we're just going to put Mod Podge over it. Now that's where I have my seam, so I wanted to make sure I get that seam sealed down. Okay. Then we're going to gently go over the rest of it, because you can tear your napkin, so be very careful. Almost 4 years since your dad's passed, Karen. I'm sorry. A friend of mine just lost their mom, and I was trying to tell her, it's like, you know, I don't think it really ever gets easy. If you just learn to deal with it, I guess, or learn how to, I don't know what the right word is, but it's something we all go through eventually, I guess, but it's not easy. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? You just gotta get through it. Okay, so we've got this all covered, sealed. I think I've got my edges good. All right, I think we are good here. So let's go ahead and dry this. Hi, Patty, Mason, Vince, Diane, is it Mouse? Oh, I believe it, Elizabeth. I still haven't deleted his phone number out of my phone. I just can't do it. I still have it on my phone. Exactly, Linda. And I wouldn't want Dad back in the state he was in. He was suffering immensely. So, I mean, I know he's at peace, and I'm good with that, but I do miss him. Yep, I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of the phone. Hi, Julie. I'm very fortunate to still have my mom, and she's very active and she participates with us all the time. She, is on Kathy Creates with me all the time. She works with me. I'm her boss. It's kind of funny, all those years of her bossing me around, and now I boss her around. Okay, so we have our buffalo plaid on now. Notice it has that little mark down the line center, but that's okay. That's from the napkin. That's just the way the napkin was made. All right, and it's not even really going to be visible once we put this on. So I'm debating if I want to put a bow on this or if I want to put it smack dab in the center. I think we're going to go in the center. How much time do we have? We have 9 minutes left. So let's see. Before I glue this down, let me put this over here so I don't make a mess. Well, let's just kind of play with some bows and see if we want to add a bow to this. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I wouldn't want him back in the state that he was in. I don't like that. That's too much. Too much buffalo plaid. Can you believe I'm saying that? Let's see about, I really don't want to do red. Again, I'm trying to keep it all black and white. But I do have this white kind of burlap. Let's see if we like that. Maybe that. We're going to make it and see if we like it. Solid black bow, you think? I don't know that I have solid black. I don't know. Let me see. Let's cut this real quick. Let me see. I think I might see some over here. Let me see. Nope, I do not. But I do have this. We'll see. I have some like lacy looking stuff. You can see how that looks. I don't know. Let's see. I've never used it. I bought it. It's actually a Halloween ribbon from Joann Fabrics. But it's just a lace with kind of a off-white background, so I'm not sure I'm going to like that. I'm trying to stick with strictly black and white. So I'm not going to add red to it. Let's see. As you can tell, I love my buffalo plaid, my black and white. I don't like that. Although we might add a little red. Because then that ties in with my garland. I didn't put any. The garland isn't black and white. So let's try some red. Do I have another red? Because this is off-white. I don't think I like that. I'm being picky now. One moment. Got a couple different reds here. Let's see. Got a kind of a buffalo plaid red and then a solid red. Let's see what these look like. Stick with the white. Nope. Red accent. Pink. I could go pink. Oh, no, I'm kind of liking this one. Let's see. Maybe do both this and the white. It's too busy. I'm not liking these, guys. Let's try the red and see if we like the red better. Maybe that. Stick with white. I'm getting all kinds of advice here. Yeah, we'll see. That's okay, but I do think I like the white the best. I think we're going to go with just the plain old white. And I will use some, maybe I could put, I have a thinner buffalo plaid. It's out on my table. No, it is not. It is. It's right here. If we did 2 of these and did that, that might work. Let's try that. She's saying, white, white, white. Kathy, listen to me, white. Okay. I have a ribbon fetish. If you haven't noticed, I have all kinds of ribbon. But apparently I need to get some solid black because I don't have any. All right, let's tie that. I've got some of this black and white baker's twine. And I think I have some white. I do. White raffia. So let's use some of that. I can find the end of it. So I'm going to make my traditional little bow here. We're almost out of time because I've fussed around trying to decide what color bow I wanted to put on it. Maybe I'll just do this, a little raffia bow. That might actually be the ticket. We'll see. What do you guys think? I think I kind of like that. I think we might go with that, or let's see, we'll do a quick little tie here. We won't tie it tight. Oh, I don't know. No, I think I like that. We're going with the big bow. Big bow it is. Cheryl's saying red. Yeah. Oops, I can't tie that. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Kathy. I'm all thumbs. I'm trying to hurry and I'm... There we go. Okay. So we're going to cut this off. We're going to fix this down. So we just got to peel off our sticky back off the back of our heart. Now that we know what we're doing. Buffalo 1. Okay. 17 to 31. Yeah, I like the big bow too. Wasn't sure if I would, but I like it. So, I'm just going to try to center this best I can. And we are out of time, but we're going to staple this on really quick, and I will show you all. Make sure you stick around to Craft Around the Clock. I'm not sure who's up after me, but I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. And there we go. There is our finished little project. So again, it is the kit. It is called Love is in the Air. It is tagged at the top. So, all right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I hope you all stay warm and have a great evening. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.